Let's do this. All right. And hi, everyone on YouTube. Welcome back to the second round. I'm laughing because of the Dark Spin of the final match of the first, or the finals of the first month of the monthly Mayhem tournament, the May tournament, as we have Senior Citizen Squad versus GodlikeTier. Senior Citizen Squad getting a first ban and picking up that very, very targeted ban on Darius. Darius really dominating his lane early on in that match.
Yeah, really shutting down Soviet Hero's Jax for the beginning portion of the match. Eventually, Soviet Hero did farm really well and scaled well into the late game and was extremely effective in initiating and tanking fights and sticking on the Ezreal. But yeah, targeted ban there, definitely.
Looks like we are going to see that Twisted Fate ban and a Soraka ban. So similar bans from before. So I think the Twisted Fate is definitely targeted. We know Senior Citizen Squad just likes that Soraka ban, so I don't really think that's necessarily targeted. And another ban on Ari, again, I think that's really targeted as well.
Yeah.
For those of you on YouTube who didn't watch the first round, we have Senior Citizen Squad with first pick this time, and they consist of Korea Terror, What Isn't Used, Angelic Fire, Soviet Hero, and Captain Korea. And on the right, who got first pick last match, is GodlikeTier with Tangerang, Sizzly, What Would Jesus Do for the Win, Sunkissed, who replaced Select, and then Monotony. Sunkissed is the substitute for GodlikeTier, and it looks like the final ban is going to be Janna. They use Janna really effectively.
I was to say,
so I think they're like, all right, we got to use it because we were second pick and we got the 2 picks right off the bat. So we want to shut that down. And it looks like we're going to have another Alistair ban.
Korea Terror gets first pick.
Yeah.
So that's surprising that they would. Like, you must think that.
I think they want to pick up something.
Yeah, they're gonna ban it out because they want to play a different style.
Yeah.
So that way, GodlikeTier doesn't build against Janna.
Yep. Absolutely.
And then, of course, they also had to. Like,
well, I think also we might see like an early Rise pickup or something. Just because I think they want to grab someone who they're really good at, and because we didn't see a Corki ban, so GodlikeTier has the potential of picking that up.
Yeah,
but
we saw an Alistair ban too, which is just weird.
We are going to see Leona though. Leona, pretty
a different type.
Yeah.
Of build. We'll have to see if Angelic Fire does go with Corki again. That's the great thing about Corki though, is that he scales well with any support.
Well, he's mobile himself, so he can get himself out of a sticky situation. So the support doesn't really need to babysit him so much because he's just like, oh, Valkyrie, I'm away. Tangerang showing Tarek, Sizzly showing Kennen.
Now, if you Valkyrie when Tarek stuns, the Valkyrie does
it still happens.
Right, it still happens. But then he's stunned when he lands.
Mm-hmm.
So I have to see how well Tangerang can go with initial stuns to try to lock that down. But we do have a Kennen. We could see if he goes top lane, and if he goes AD or AP, he can be played either way.
And Angelic Fire picking up Corki, of course. Yeah. Not a surprise there. What will be a surprise is if in the last second he changes it because his Corki is just phenomenal. So. Okay, that's been locked in. His Corki is phenomenal. What isn't used? Picking up potentially a Nautilus jungle. Nautilus is...
Now, something I have noticed is in a lot of the matches, what isn't used, he farms really well, but his level 1 through 5 ganks, anywhere around the area, aren't super prominent. Like, he likes to focus more on farming and then babysitting a lane if someone needs to go back or something.
Yeah.
And then, just making sure that his mid and late game are really strong.
Mm-hmm. But Nautilus is kind of built to be a really good ganker, too, because that dredge line and his ultimate are just so good.
And his farm isn't as good as the other ones. So we'll have to see if he's going
we might see a more ganking... What is it?
But not to mention, it's like a dredge line with Leona. Oh, those team fights are going to be disgusting.
Right? Dredge line. Kaboom! You're stunned! What Would Jesus Do for the Win is locking in on Udyr. Sunkissed locking in on Sivir.
Now, I'd say Udyr's a really good pick because that's the one problem with Nautilus is his jungle's slow, way slow compared to Udyr. And Udyr counter jungling is a lot better than Nautilus's. So we'll have to see if For the Win decides to really push his jungle advantage and maintain a lot of presence in that jungle.
Yeah, we've seen some really powerful.
Oh, the Soviet Heroes going for the shed. Oh. That's mean.
This is a mean team we have for Senior Citizen Squad. They got the two mainstays that just do so well: Captain Korea's Rise and Angelic Fire's Corki, and they're gonna get the almost global ult of the Shen
and the in a sense triple tank.
Yeah.
So they just have like a whole tanking line of people you don't want to get near.
And it looks like we are going to see Monotony locking in Katarina once more.
Now, Monotony plays a great Katarina, but I honestly think that that's a bad pick.
Well, I mean, it might be. They might force them to go with either some AP resistance or some.
Yeah, but you have to think there's
Sivir coming in.
Leona can stop Monotony.
Yeah.
Nautilus can stop Monotony with 2 different abilities.
Yeah.
Shen can stop Monotony with his dash.
And Captain Korea can lock her in place.
Yeah, well, that's not a big deal, because if you lock her in place, her ult still goes off.
Yeah, it's true.
So, like, Monotony does well in the laning phase with Katarina against Rise. That was okay. But the late game scaling wasn't there, and you have 3 people that build really tanky.
Yeah.
And get magic resist really easily.
Let's see, we are going to see a little bit different summoner spells, as we are going to see pretty standard, the 2 ignites, a heal on the AD, everyone looks like they have flash, and a couple exhausts. No, just 1 exhaust, never mind. And then we have almost the same build, 2 ignites. Actually, it is the same build, all flashes, 1 exhaust.
Yeah, all standard summoning spells. Yep. Now, the only thing that could be good is Kennen, if he layers his ultimate with Monotony, Monotony doesn't ult until after Kennen ults, and everyone's stunned to where Monotony can get a full ult off, that could be a really dangerous combo. Yeah. But I still don't know, like, she would have to kill one of the carries in that combo. And then focus on the tanks and stuff afterwards.
Yeah, well, the thing is, I think if Kennen goes, like, heavy into AP, and Monotony goes and heavy into AD. Oh wait, Monotony's also AP. You're right.
Yeah. So
yeah, they're both AP. So Kennen might be a good AD, but then his ultimate doesn't do a lot of damage.
Or no, you got your AD on bottom. Like the Kennen AD. Like if you choose to go AD or AP, it's based off of what you like. Does your team scale well into the mid and late game? If it doesn't, like if you need to win in the mid game, AD Kennen is good. Also, it depends on who you're laning against. But he's laning against Shen, so AD Kennen isn't going to really be super awesome.
Yeah.
You know?
So definitely see an AP from him. That Udyr, though. Udyr can be really super tanky and can do really decent damage as well. So
yeah. So we'll have to see, like, it's really, like, it's going to really matter what Udyr can get good stuns off. Sivir, she does do a lot of damage, so if she does get some good angles and stuff, but I think the big thing is just who initiates, like Udyr and Tarek, their stuns are going to be important, and then the Kennen and Katarina layered ults are going to be the big deciding factor if they can hold off in the team fights later on. I think early, that all of their champions really win their lanes really well, except for maybe Kennen, because Shen is really, like, Shen can get tanky enough to where Kennen can still farm, but he can't really kill Shen, so.
Yeah. But, I mean, Udyr can come in and do a lot of damage, although Shen is ridiculously tanky.
Yeah, and that AoE ultimate, or not AoE, but global ultimate.
Yeah.
Can easily turn a gank into, oh, actually you're not ganking, Shen's here.
Yeah, right? It's actually a fair fight, and you're surprised! So, the advantage goes to us, and it looks like we are going to hop in. Yes, we are going to hop in. Yay!
And is it going to load right? I said, is it going to load right, or is it going to go in the corner?
It's in the middle. Usually when the sign comes up in the middle, it loads right.
Yeah.
It's usually when you see some weird thing going on down here, you know it's not going to load correctly. All right. As far as the skins go, Abyssal Nautilus and Professor Rise. Abyssal Nautilus looks awesome. It looks like a Chaos Marine from the
right.
Warhammer series.
Warhammer 40,000 Chaos Marine wins it every time.
Right. But we do have the Arctic Ops Kennen and the High Command Katarina, so we do have 2 skins for each team, although I got to give awesome points to the Abyssal Nautilus and Professor Rise. Those are just... Professor Rise is just funny, because it's kind of trolling the other team, like, here, let me teach you how to be awesome. And then Abyssal Nautilus just looks totally baller. Love that skin.
I'll say even the regular Nautilus skin looks good, but that one just makes him look insane.
Yeah, he just looks BA. Like, he is totally not someone you want to mess with in that skin. And then, like we said before, Katarina, don't really notice a lot of a difference. And Arctic Kennen is pretty adorable, yet badass at the same time. And looks like we're going Boots 3 Pots.
Yes, clearly.
For the entire team of GodlikeTier. And it looks like we're going the Fairy Charm and the wards for both Tarek and Leona. And yeah, it is literally almost the exact same. The only difference is Tarek picked up that pink ward, and Leona decided not against that.
Yeah, which is, I think that's pretty good because both jungles have good level 2 ganks. So boots are going to be a lot more important than like a Doran's Blade. And both lane comps have good stuns and stuff, at least on that bot lane too. So there's no reason to do that. And like Shen could build against Kennen, but since you don't know which way Kennen's going to go until he buys like his first item, it's smart to go boots. Because like if you build armor and then he goes AP, then it's useless.
Yeah.
And no one would ever build magic resist. You could go shield maybe, but why when you can go boots 3 pots, which is so much better.
And some expert invading from
they love the invade.
Yeah,
they've
been, but the thing is, they've been so successful with it too. Like, you know, the last invade was the first time they didn't get first blood from it, but they were able to secure GodlikeTier's blue and then take their blue back, and it was just really effective. They just did a really good job. That really set Tangerang back as Skarner quite a ways. And we do have some positional changes too. Tangerang is going support now. What would you do for the win is the jungle. So
I just noticed that too. I was like, wait, whoa.
Yeah, they changed up a lot.
All the people
the only ones that are the same are Sigily with the top and Monotony as the middle. They kind of switched roles here.
I would say Udyr's jungle's a little faster, so I'm a little afraid that Nautilus isn't going to finish. Okay, he just
was able to. I'm surprised they didn't like try to check though. Like they should know that like Senior Sin Squad, like just from experience that they invaded. Although we'll have to see what isn't used. Is he going to come down and try to grab it red as soon as possible? Checking for that red, seeing that it's not there, picking that up. That will slow down for the wind's jungle, but Udyr still is really, really fast. As wasn't used clearing out his wolves for the wind coming up to take down those golems. Pretty even so far, but Sunkissed and Tangerang are pushing a little bit in their lane, or at least taking control of this bush here until GodlikeTier awarded it, of course. So yeah, pretty even overall. Nice pickup though from what isn't used, and that also sets up a blue to be given to Captain Korea.
Unless he's going to take it now. Because he still has 2, so yeah, he's not going to give that up. He was just waiting for his Ignite to come up.
Yeah. Nautilus is very...
Or not Ignite, but...
blue heavy. Oh wait, they took red. What am I talking about? So yeah, that would be a good idea for him to pick that up. Looks like for the win, trying to set up a gank here, but it's kind of just wasting a little time. Captain Korea is being very defensive. No attempt at a counter jungle. So I think for the win just doesn't want to give them first blood, playing very defensively. Yeah, it looks like Sylvie Hero is beginning to push his lane pretty well. Although Kennen is level 4, but Sylvie Hero is catching up fairly quickly. What would you do for the win? Just running around the map, kind of giving Nautilus time. Although I think he knows that Udyr is just a faster clear, so... Because, I mean, what isn't used just finished. his race. And here comes for the win, chase or usually and for the win, chasing that Soviet Hero running around. Gonna be able to make it, I think. I don't think he's gonna make it to his tower. So a wasted gank for the win. Running back into there, might try to set up again, but he's wasting a lot of time. It wasn't used, is going for his red now. Though taking a lot of damage.
I was saying, he's taking a bunch of damage. Okay, he did have smite. I was like, if he did have smite, he's dead.
Yeah, no, that was a close call. I was a little worried there, and that would blow 2 buffs, and that's just a waste. So
yeah. I've seen it happen.
Yeah, we've seen it happen in this tournament. If someone gets taken out by one of the neutral creeps. So again, things are, I would say, fairly even. For the win, not really capitalizing on the speed of Udyr. Kind of wasting a little too much time up top there. Let's see how we're doing as far as CS is concerned.
On the bottom lane, Corki's at 35, well, Super's at 35, so dead even there. She's been able to push a little better than some of the other ADs that they've had against Angelic Fire, though, so not sitting on the tower as much. In that middle lane, we have Captain Korea at 38, while Katarina's at 26. So again, the same story, waiting until Bouncing Blades gets up high enough to where Katarina can equal out the farm, and then Monotony will be fine against Captain Korea. And on that top lane, Soviet Hero.
Oh, wow, first blood already. Let's see what happened here. Corki, Angelic Fire picking up that first blood.
They're both kind of low, too. I was going to say, GodlikeTier must get a nice, great stun.
Yeah.
Wow, so much damage.
Yeah, and good backing up from GodlikeTier, making sure that Angelic Fire got that kill.
Yeah, Phosphorus Splash just doing tons of damage on Corki.
So we're already seeing 1,000 gold lead in favor of Senior Citizen Squad. So it looks like For the Win is coming in to try and chase down. Wasn't used, forcing him to back off.
A little surprising that Kenan's actually losing CS like by 10 right now, so Soviet Hero just consistently pushing.
Really zoning him too, like doing enough damage to
I was
Sigily,
going to say, I don't understand why Sigili's not using his auto attacks to persistently do damage and maintain good distance. Like, I know that means you also take Vorpal Blade hits, but if you do auto attacks, well, I don't know, because Vorpal Blade doesn't require, it's not a skill shot, so that could be the problem, is that Kenan's Shuriken is a skill shot. So what you have to do is you have to save up marks until you have a charged auto attack Shuriken, charge auto attack Shuriken, and then hit your lightning. And that's really the only way you can kind of out-harass Shen. Not to mention he also has shield, so a lot of your harass could be just negated by the shield if he pops it at the right time.
Yeah, and Soviet Hero, really good player. Definitely, well, he lost the lane last time. He's just...
Yeah, but he lost like full trades. He was still, like, if it just became, like, a harass fight, and they just, like, farmed, he is really great at the poke in, harass, go back, heal up. He always makes sure to buy enough health potions to live through that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I think Darius is just a good answer to what he chose, to Jax. Ooh, ultimate goes off for Captain Korea. Captain Korea taking a lot of damage, but gonna lock down Monotony. I don't think
his angle might be bad, though.
Oh, yeah, Shumpo's in. Does a lot of damage. The Ignite goes off, but is shielded. And it looks like...
very timing.
Yeah, wasn't used coming in at exact right time. Captain Korea able to shield through that Ignite, taking down Monotony. It is now 2-0 into favor of Senior Citizen Squad as they are taking an early advantage. Before we did see GodlikeTier get the kills, and now Senior Citizen Squad is just doing really well.
And they're already... almost 2K ahead.
Yeah, they're creeping up on that 2K lead. All they need is 400 more gold. So 1,600 currently. But it looks like Sigily is able to actually, Sigily is starting to harass Soviet Hero a little bit.
He did go back, so he may have already bought his revolver.
Well, let's see.
Yep, he has bought his revolver. Shen has gone back about a heart of gold, though, so getting some nice GP items, and also bought some magic resist.
Ooh, Tanger getting locked up. A great gank from what isn't used, being able to pick up a kill. Let's watch that from the very beginning. because that looks like it was a really good gank.
Very nice all by
Nautilus coming in here. Yeah. Flashing out of there, but it isn't enough. Locked up, and see you later.
Double
Angelic Fire getting the kill again, getting more and more fed. He's so bad. And by bad, I mean disgustingly good.
I don't know, Monotony.
Oh, Shumpoing in. I don't think that was a good idea.
Yeah,
I don't think that was a good idea at all. Wasn't used, picking up the kill on Monotony, saying, "Hey, Angelic Fire, you got two. Let's calm down."
Oh, but the flash in.
Yeah.
Triple kill. Oh, Angelic Fire is so fed already.
Well, technically, Angelic Fire got the double kill because.
But
yeah, and now that's a dragon. That's a free dragon.
A triple kill into a dragon, into possibly killing.
Wow. Just completely changing up their game. Like, they played it very safe for the first match, and this match they're just like, all right, game on, and they got 5-0. They just picked up dragon. They're now 4,000, almost 5,000 ahead. This is Senior Citizen Squad's game so far, and we just got another kill. Oh gosh. Brutal.
So he's just going for it. It's like, you can't do anything.
Yeah, just charges in, does a crap ton of damage. Ultimate goes off. Almost takes. Just isn't enough. Walks right into Soviet Hero. Not much he could do about that, and just gone. So I think every member of their team has a kill now, except for Leona. It was 4 assists.
Yeah, 4 assists definitely works out. She's already picked up her Philo and started up the Ruby for her Heart of Gold. Not to mention, Corky already got double Doran's Berserkers with boots on. Probably still sitting on some money too. So Rise just picking up his Catalyst, has his tiers. We'll have to see if he decides to build Magic Resist, but he's doing well in that lane. And what isn't used is getting some really great ganks off. So he may not even go Banshee's Veil first. He may decide to just pick up Rod of Ages instead. And then on that top lane, Shen just building that recurve bow, so going to build a Wit's End, which will just make it even stronger on that lane against Kennen.
Yeah, what isn't used is really ganking a lot more. It's doing exactly what we figured he would do. Is just come in,
jungle
gank,
slower than Nadir, so you fix it by having really great ganks.
Yeah, and we haven't seen much action from For the Win just yet. He has been jungling though pretty heavily. So it wasn't used. Is coming around. He's gonna set up another gank.
Yeah, really far out. There's the ultimate.
Yeah, let's
and then the lock up from Rise.
Lock up. Boom, boom, and boom, boom. What isn't used? Slaying Monotony. Wow. Just a great, hey, I'm going to go ward, do my job. Oh, wait. Just come around here and get in front of your tower. So we are now a 7-0 in favor of Senior Citizen Squad. They are officially almost 5K ahead. Just a little bit behind that 5K mark. But creeping up on it. Ever so close. We do have a couple pings, and it looks like Rise is going to pick up blue.
They're only 200 gold down from 5K. So.
Yeah, it's pretty much 5K.
And that's 12 minutes into the match. So.
Yeah, so again, we're seeing Senior Citizen Squad be very aggressive and very dominant.
And it's every single match. Their best of ones were a bit different.
Yeah.
But so far, in their semifinals, it was the same way. Their first one was a safe match where they kind of felt out their enemy, and then the second one they just demolished.
Yeah, and this is exactly what they're doing so far. GodlikeTier might be able to turn this around. This isn't
it's snowballed to where they're going to have a really nice mid game for Senior Citizen Squad, but it doesn't mean that GodlikeTier instantly loses completely.
Yeah, no. It's not. We haven't seen a single tower go down yet. If GodlikeTier pulls off some really good moves and catches them off guard, they could definitely turn this around.
But the bigger problem is that most of the time when you have a match that's being snowballed that you come back from, it's because one or maybe even two lanes are doing bad, while you have at least one solid lane.
Oh wow! Angelic Fire just charging in, taking down Sunkist, and Tangerang coming in, but it's
Createar ult, very nice ult. May get out. I don't know.
What would you just do for the win? Coming in, doing a lot of damage.
We did already Valkyrie too.
Yeah. So, but he is very tanky right now. But Tangerang,
Soviet Hero comes in. Nice.
Yeah, teleport from Soviet Hero. Wow. For the win though, is to his credit very tanky and just trying to bully. But Monotony's caught out of position again. Kaboom! Oh my god. Deaths are happening left and right, and a 5K lead is slowly turning into a 10K lead, as they are now 6K ahead, and I don't think that's going to stop. I think they're going to keep creeping ahead now. We might see this tower go. What would you do for the win? Kind of just running around, trying to catch someone, but unable to do so. Sigily doing a little damage to that tower, but backing off, I think, in a good time, because Soviet Hero is coming up. Very good instincts from Sigily, dodging a gank here. But Red's up, and no one's really here to pick it up, so Soviet Hero and Captain Korea are coming in to grab that, shutting down another objective for GodlikeTier, and that's what Senior Systems Squad does. That's so good, is that they shut down these objectives. Like, they don't just take the lead; they prevent the other team from catching up. Yeah, Monotony forced to back off.
Jump, but no, it still gets
not enough. Captain Korea blows up. Oh, double kill.
And here comes
Captain Korea.
Yeah, Sylvia's just going to go right in.
Flash in. They do give the triple kill to Captain Korea. I thought wasn't used, might have been able to pick that up, but it was not the case.
Yeah, so here's the big problem is that, like I said, they're not losing one lane really hard or something like that. They're losing all of their lanes.
Yeah.
So even though turrets haven't gone down, they're losing all the objectives on the map and their lanes super hard. So
yeah. If they even want to stand the chance, they're going to have to lose these turrets probably, and just like bring it to a super defensive cluster. But even then, Senior Systems Squad is so far ahead that they might just charge in on a team fight and do really well and just win. Like, they might just charge in recklessly.
Yeah, they could easily take a 5-5.
Nice attempted dodge from Tangerang, trying to make Angelic Fire take turret shots, but it just wasn't enough. Angelic Fire did get a few turret shots, but flashed in, took out Tangerang, who now has 6-0-2, 123 kills, 2 Sivers, 99, 0, 4, and 0. Just extremely aggressive.
Oh, nice shield.
Valkyrie's in.
Very nice shield by Sunkist.
Surviving that, which I didn't expect you to survive that. I figured jump in, kaboom.
Yeah, but that was really nice. That shows a good Siver from a bad Siver is when you save your shield to stop stuff like that. Which is why on a high elo level.
Monotony's caught out of position again. Yeah. Captain Korea locking her down. Wasn't he's blowing up a missed flash, but a nice jump. That was a great jump. Monotony preventing her own death. But it looks like for the win, it has been launched up.
They missed the judge line, but we did get Corky picks up the kill anyways.
Oh yeah, yeah. Angelic Fire and GodlikeTier running up.
Or actually, like sup. Oh, you're trying to go back.
She backs. Oh no! Great instincts from Angelic Fire. Is like, they'll probably back. Oh, and it's warded, so it's not really instinct. They kind of saw it.
What do you mean?
Never mind.
He knew she was there the whole time.
I didn't see that ward initially. Thought Angelic Fire was psychic. I guess I was wrong. And another dragon goes. This is now with this dragon. It's going to be a 10K lead.
Yep.
It's now 26 right now to 17, and now it's 27 to 17. It's snowballed.
It's a 9.8K
lead. We might see Senior Systems Squad go for another attempted 20-minute win, locking down Sunkist.
Like they're doing a lot of kills, but map objective wise. Unless they go for a surrender, they won't get it before 20 minutes.
Yeah, Tangerang taking a ton of damage. What is it used?
Almost breaking it. The Shen shield. Oh my god.
What would you do for the win all by himself? He's gonna die. I don't think he can live. If he lives, that would be amazing.
Sick juke.
I speak too soon. I speak too soon. Actually,
there's no turret there, so GodlikeTier going in.
Monotony dying.
Yeah.
But what would Jesus do might actually prove me wrong, and that's exactly what he does. A great juke and flash and a sacrifice from Monotony saved his life. Although he did dodge that the grab from Leona too. So
yeah, so he would have been safe. Monotony was actually just in a bad position, unfortunately. Yeah. But at the same time, it did slow them down. So Shen kind of stopped. So he wasn't dashing all the time to try to get to him. So
yeah,
Monotony definitely did help with the save. But
Poor Monotony.
Yeah.
The sacrificial lamb to what would Jesus do for the win's life. And it looks like the second outer turret will be going down in favor of Senior Citizen Squad, who has not lost a thing. This inner turret's almost gone, or the middle turret. Looks like we have some engagement going on. Sunkiss trying to do some damage, but taking a crap load of damage.
Monotony, full ultimate, like, oh wait, you do damage? No, you don't. You kill Logan.
Wow.
Hey,
Captain Korea is just dominating. Absolutely dominating. Looks like what would Jesus do for Lin? Trying to grab Soviet Hero, but he's been runic prison.
And then the Shen dash? No. I thought he was going to go for it.
Another runic prison. Wow. I got to give it to for the win, though. Just really tanky. Taking a lot of damage. He's been like prisoned like 3 or 4 times now. Now they're chasing Captain Korea, trying to shut him down.
And then the GodlikeTier comes in.
But here comes Soviet Hero. GodlikeTier coming in.
Another kill picked up by Captain Korea.
Oh my god. Tangerang all by himself. Soviet Hero.
Shen trying to get the dash.
He's at the turret.
Right at the
but
turret.
They're just going to charge right in.
Nice stun.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, what does he use?
And what is
on the other side?
Kaboom.
Picks up the kill. Oh no! Captain Korea died from the turret.
The one death to stay in this match is Captain Korea's death from the turret. And looks like Corky's coming in to finish off the first middle turret. They are now 3 turrets ahead. They're going for a 20k lead as it is 19,000 to 33, and they just got to get 6 more K, and they'll be up to 20k lead. And honestly, with the way they're playing, I believe that is possible. It is 22-0. Wow. It's a completely different game from last game. Last game, very even, very well paced, very safe, and in this game, they're just... Look at all that damage. Angelic Fire is just like, yeah, I'm fed. So what? Kaboom. Taking Sunkiss almost all of her life and Tangerang down to half health, and still a ton of mana, hardly any damage left. Looks like we have an engagement up here. We do have an... I thought that was an ultimate.
Yeah, it was, but
it was interrupted. Monotony. Looks like Angelic Fire was able to take down Tangerang, and
Sunkiss. Double kill.
And then the turret. He got all 3. He was just, you know what? I'm going back to see that. We did see what happened up top. But it looks like Angelic Fire is just coming in, auto-attacking, Valkyrie
tanking the turret,
jumping in, flashing in, taking out Sunkiss, and then taking out the turret.
And then Shen picks up Monotony on top, as we had just saw. But there we go.
Wow.
For the win, getting a turret.
Yay, for the win! Super tanky.
Captain Korea can't kill him because he's actually tanky enough to where he can
absolutely
run away from him.
But,
yeah, I was saying
another turret's down.
Yeah,
they're coming here. Top's going down soon. Angelic Fire just doing massive amounts of damage. It looks like Captain Korea was able to take down OG's do for the win. Let's see how that happened there. Not doing damage to Captain Korea, just trying to run, trying to do damage. But Captain Korea is just as tanky, and that's it. Boom. Looks like this turret's going to go down. Yep, that turret's going to go down.
And so, even though Angelic Fire's been around the map killing everyone, he still has 176 CS.
Yeah, just Angelic Fire has mastered the art of just getting that CS and then just blowing people up. Like, it's ridiculous. So we do have to
take a bunch of damage, but then the Shen out goes for the save. Very nice.
And the surrender. 26-0. 22 minutes into this match. GodlikeTier will be second place. So congratulations to Senior Citizen Squad. They are the first ever monthly Mayhem champions of the month of May. Congratulations, guys.
The entire time.
Absolutely.
But unfortunately, the one thing that we must focus on is Captain Korea died to a turret.
That's true. That's true.
You have stained your record.
List 0-0-0-0-1. Come on, Captain Korea.
Ruined the open game. But yeah, no, seriously, great job.
Yeah.
Thanks to every team that participated in the May tournament. It was super fun to cast.
Absolutely, and we will be back on June 7th at 5 o'clock for the next month's tournament.
Yeah, and 16 teams. First week is still best of one, but weeks after that, so second, third, and fourth week will all be best of 3. So a lot more time to plan and practice and go for those targeted bans. So we should see some better strategy, unless you have teams like
absolutely, and I really like casting the best of 3 too, because we're definitely seeing a little more strategy and some better matches, because the teams get to know each other a little bit. So some changes going on. We'll be starting at 5 instead of
no more 3 p.m. So it will be a little later for the people that are out on the West Coast. So instead of playing at noon, you'll be playing at 2 instead. So hopefully that can help accommodate some people. And we will be going a little later. Not to mention, since we only have 16 teams, we don't have as many matches to cast as the first weeks are going through.
Yep.
So,
absolutely. So, thank you all for watching and sticking with us. Again, we just want to shamelessly promote ourselves, because if we do this and you guys get people to watch, get people to tune in, get people to follow, like, and subscribe, everything that we do, that really helps us out, and actually will make it so that eventually we can get better prizing. We have talked to a few people, and they're just waiting for social media numbers to get up. So help us out, tell your friends, get involved, like, follow, subscribe us on Twitter at LOL Monthly, like, follow, subscribe us on Facebook at facebook.com/monthly mayhem. Watch all our videos, follow, like, and subscribe us on YouTube at LOL Mayhem, or youtube.com/LOL Mayhem Tournament. Again, our host site is LoLReportDotCom. Follow them; they're awesome. And we have a little tab there. Just click on the tab, follow that. All the information's there. The stream embed's there. We'll have schedules posted, brackets posted. We're a little bit behind because this was kind of like a really fast week. We weren't able to post up the newest bracket, but we're going to be taking those down anyway because the game is over. Second place going to GodlikeTier, and the finals.
So that means first place Senior Citizen Squad, second place GodlikeTier, third place Cinnamorals, and fourth place Shark.
Yep, you got it.
All those teams will be getting prizing.
Awesome. And again, thank you guys for watching. We're going to leave the stream up for just a couple minutes so that the delay does not interfere. Again, follow, like, subscribe us, please, please, please. And we'll see you next month. Again, reminder, nothing next week, but we'll be back the week after. Thank you for watching.